What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you're on a fantastic day today. And today we have the October 2024 Tulsa International Airport update for you all. I really hope each and every one of you are excited for this, as today we have a very exciting Tulsa update. We got some really exciting new models, a bunch of really cool developments to dive into, some more particular than others, but still very cool to think about at the very least. And overall, just a really exciting vibe here at the airport. Got some really great momentum and really excited to dive into it all for you here today. I hope each and every one of you are as well. That being said, we won't waste any further time and go ahead and get started with today's airport update. We're going to start right here at B1 with the Southwest Boeing 737-700. This aircraft is currently making a non-stop flight coming in from Orlando today, and now is going to be making a flight today heading over to Las Vegas. First and foremost, definitely want to give my huge thoughts and prayers to everybody being affected or has been affected by Hurricane Helene and also Hurricane Milton as well. Just absolutely devastational and just so sad. So just want to give a huge thought and prayers to everybody out there regarding that subject, because I don't want it to go unnoticed here. I do pay attention to these events that are going on, so definitely want to give my thoughts and prayers regarding those situations. Our next aircraft here, gate B3, is the Southwest Boeing 737-800. This aircraft is currently getting ready to go today, as he's going to be making a flight today heading over to Phoenix Sky Harbor after coming in from Dallas Love Field. So great to see the momentum going strong here. We'll have some very exciting Southwest news here in a moment. But first and foremost, we got to take a look at this beautiful special livery on the Southwest 737-700. This aircraft is currently making the flight today, coming in with Missouri 1 in from Denver today, and now is going to be making a flight today over to Austin Bertram. So glad to see those services going very strong there. And our next aircraft is the Southwest 737-700. This aircraft came in from Chicago Midway, and that's going to be a turnaround today. So cool to see that. It's not an overnight, but you know, here at B7, got to represent it. So really excited about all that. And then lastly, here at gate number B9, we have the Southwest 737 MAX 8 Push and Mount. This aircraft is going to be making a flight today over to Houston Hobby and came in earlier after a flight. What's our last destination that I have not mentioned yet? I don't believe I've mentioned, what was it? What have I not mentioned yet? Why can't I think of what I haven't mentioned yet? Let's see here. What is it? Why can't I think of it? St. Louis, that was it. I believe it's St. Louis. So that's exactly what this aircraft's doing. So great to see all the trajectory. We do have two very exciting developments. So I'll go ahead and start with the not as big one. But as a result of what I'm going to talk about, we are going to have, for the first time ever, 6 overnight aircraft in April, May 2025. So we currently have 5, so we'll have 6. So likely one of these aircraft will be going over here. We'll talk about that more at the end of the update. But second, biggest news of today's airport update, extremely exciting to announce that Southwest Airlines, after some speculation, will be starting flights to Nashville, Tennessee from here. I am absolutely super excited for it. It's going to start on April 8th, 2025, daily, not Saturday or Sundays, daily service. So just a huge testament to the airport. We've obviously had some attempts on that route from Allegiant and Breeze in the past, but all of that to say that we deserved better, and we got Nashville on Southwest. So that will be their 10th destination. They now leap American for the most destinations here. But what an exciting time. I'm super thrilled about it. So yeah, it's going to be so cool to see all these aircraft lined up here. Again, we'll talk about it more at the end, but I'm really excited. It's going to be a great connection and very excited to utilize it in the future. And once again, Tulsa continues to move forward with regards to air service development. That doesn't end over here though, as we have even more going on for United. They have 6 aircraft as usual going strong over here. We'll start with the CRJ-550 right here. This aircraft's currently making a non-stop flight in from Chicago, so they'll tow him over to B6 and he'll be leaving soon, which is kind of interesting to think about because B6 is where that 175 is. It's a really good shot, by the way, with all those Evos. Actually, we have all Evos here today, so let's really highlight that for a moment. So anyway, though, they towed over to 6, which is kind of fascinating to think about considering how far it is. So you would think that they would accommodate to put it at 10, but been going to 6 because this aircraft are absolutely stunning mainline over to George Bush Airport, Houston. The United 737-900ER, this is absolutely stunning. So this aircraft, once again, heading out to Houston, George Bush, the largest capacity we've had on it since June. So that is absolutely awesome that we have it here for one of our busiest months in the year in October, which I'm expecting October 24, possibly be busier in October 23, which was our busiest month since 2008. So really exciting regardless, but even more exciting that the United service to Houston, George Bush in February did get changed to mainline, which was a complete shock. Was certainly not expecting that. I was honestly expecting it to be May, but we are going to have that back for February. So that was changed after their initial plans. So absolutely huge to see that. So that will be on top of the 175 that's been coming on the 11:30 arrivals. So there's a testament to the airport making it happen. Obviously, that is a really challenging frequency to get just right with the peak times and obviously the lower times being substantial. So we'll talk about that more here in a little bit, but it's very exciting regardless. So that's going to be coming in, and I'm really excited about all that. So more details at the end, but definitely wanted to highlight that. So we'll miss it next month, but it'll be back in December, miss it in January, but fortunate to have it back in February. So let's hope that March and April will present similar news coming up here in the future. And this is possibly even more exciting for definitely for all of us here. We have finally a United Airbus A320 in the Evo Blue livery. We've been talking about this for 5 years, so as long as it's been since we've had February mainline from George Bush is what we have with this aircraft. So absolutely thrilled to introduce the Attitude models 1 to 400 scale United Airlines Airbus A320 in the stunning Evo Blue livery. This is possibly model of the year. It is absolutely fantastic, no complaints period. It is an amazing mold, amazing livery, great color. It is truly spectacular, so definitely check out the model review when that comes out. Anyway, this United Airbus A320 looking as fine as ever. Again, I'll talk about it more in a moment, but it's coming in from Denver. We've had mainly 319s, a couple 320s, but when I got this aircraft, it'll probably be in for the next 3 or 4 updates in a row. Just gotta highlight how sweet this aircraft is. So yeah, this is awesome. It's a great model. Please go get yourself one if you can. It is so nice. So feeling fortunate to have it here at Gate B8. So this aircraft's heading over to Denver. We love our Denver mainline just as much as Houston, a huge piece of the puzzle, and feeling very fortunate to see it here in today's airport updates. So that's absolutely tremendous. So absolutely love to see that. We can't forget about our regional jets though, because they're just as important. So here at B6, we have the 6 a.m. departure out to Denver as well. So it's been awesome to see what this flight has done and excited for its future as well. And then here we have the the Houston 9 a.m. So of course this one comes in on that 11:30 aforementioned time. Now it heads out at 9, which is a pretty fascinating concept. So upcoming video on that, so stay tuned. I won't dive into it too much because the video will get into more details on some of United's strategies around the United States. And then lastly here we have our other Chicago flight, the CRJ 550, and this one is going to be leaving today at 10:50 a.m. So looking great for all these aircraft. It's going to be crazy to think that now Southwest is going to have to kick one of these to the hard stand, but they're not the only ones kicking to the hard stand. As you can see over there, we have another aircraft over there. So let's go ahead and jump over to the A gates where we have even more exciting developments. So let's go ahead and see what's going on over there. Alrighty everybody, welcome over here to the A gates. So as you can tell, we definitely have some interesting placements here for the 3 carriers that are here. So definitely plenty to dive into with this. We won't waste any further time and go ahead and see what's going on as we have plenty of talking to do at the end. Starting here at A3, Delta did end up using this for their Salt Lake City flight, as I mentioned, as a possibility. So here it is right here, arriving in from Salt Lake City once again. So this did kick American out to the curb. So American is using hard stand number 1. So that's what you're seeing right there. So pretty crazy to think about that, but hey, it's a heck of a deal and definitely awesome to see it regardless. So anyway though, yeah, Delta is using it over here. They do have the system down. It took a couple days for them to figure that out, but glad they got it going, and overall quite an interesting setup here. So yeah, cool to see them across the street here. It looks like it's performed well. There has been some confusion with the TVs. They've had the monitors rather. They've had to sort that out. It said Salt Lake City on 6 because it's been auto-programmed for years now, but obviously we have a new face here at number 6. So that's what we have here at number 3 is the 175 to Salt Lake City, which has been performing really well lately. So excited for that to continue. So looking very nice right there. Our next aircraft is going to be this American Eagle ERJ-175. Apologies about the placement of all this. I had to actually refilm this update, so this has actually been out for like a month, so I've had to reset it all up. So anyway, this American 175 is currently coming in today from Phoenix Sky Harbor, and now it's heading out to Los Angeles. So cool to see SkyWest going strong on both of these. We'll be seeing some more 700s as we progress through the month, so stay on the lookout for that. Otherwise though, the frequencies remain, and they're definitely going really strong with what we're doing on those. So that's absolutely wonderful to see. Our next plethora of aircraft includes the American Airlines main lines. We have 4 of them. So first and foremost, we have this Airbus A321 going out to Charlotte today. Great to see the thrice daily service as we talked about last month. So that's really cool. I'll have to get a CRJ 900 in here to highlight that here in the immediate future. And getting ready to push back with the logos on the winglets, we have this 737-800. This is one of 3 to Dallas. So very cool to see this. So this one's going to operate the 5 a.m. right here. And the 7:30 a.m. will be this 737 in the One World livery, so looking quite nice. I got to bounce over to the other side anyway, so let's go ahead and just get the good light. It's a kind of a tricky time of year when the sun's like halfway down there. So anyway, though, looking very nice and cool to see One World going strong here on our 737-800. And then, yeah, Allegiant actually used A10 a couple times due to the Salt Lake City flight because their Orlando flights came in early in the morning. Actually, I got to board out of this gate, so kind of cool to think about. It was a 320. I have too many models over there, so I just got the 319 here, which it's quite a few 319s anyway. So this is Allegiant Airbus A319s heading out to Orlando Sanford today. We are Orlando, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles till May of 25, so we'll be bouncing between those 3. and all the frequencies and various pieces to the puzzle on that are going well. So it is really cool to see them over here at A10 though. It's a little bit closer to their, or you know, not the farthest gate away. They have used B9 a couple times in the past, so A10 is a little bit easier, but yeah, cool that they were able to put it over there, and that was definitely fascinating. So cool to see what they chose to do when they aren't able to use their primary gate, A3. They didn't bring the baggage sizer down though, so they knew it was just a little one and done there, but that was kind of fun to observe for different. Here we have the American E170. This is our Chicago turnaround, which is 3 daily, so very healthy service here. So cool to see that. A couple 175s getting on the action as well, of course. So great to see that. And here's still our very new face that has been awesome to see, the Delta connection operated by Endeavor CRJ900 over to New York's LaGuardia. It's been an absolutely tremendous asset to see the success of this service. So I'm really excited for what's to come with it. Obviously, it's performed very well if you've kept an eye on the load factors, and I've been keeping my eye on it and reporting back what I've seen. So that's been extremely fun, but yeah, it's been great to see the success of this flight and very excited for what's to come here in the near future. So looking great. Parks here at A6, so they've been leaving it here, which makes a little bit more sense. American has some more personnel and they have to move around the aircraft anyway, so why not make them move a third? But hopefully once A2 is back, we'll be able to park Delta over here. But who knows what the landscape's gonna look like. We might have another overnight, possibly even another new service at some point that we'll have to park here. So we'll see. Anyway, though, Endeavor's doing really well, and it's great to see their success, along with the success of the Delta mainline to Atlanta on this Boeing 717. 5 times daily, it has been very impressive. It looks like it will kind of have seasonal variation depending on the holidays and whatnot, but we can certainly expect several 717s. I think we'll have just a handful of Endeavor 900s this year, not as many as last year, so that is a huge capacity increase. So definitely super exciting with regards to that, and yeah, no doubt a very exciting development right there. So Delta going really strong with their 3 services now. Great to have them back to 3. I need to find another American 175. I'm 1 short, so let's go ahead and see if I can find one. I know this isn't the prettiest over here, but let's go ahead and get that one across the table right there because I accidentally forgot to get one. That's what happens when you don't film for a while, so we'll go ahead and put it over here, but we'll start with the aircraft back here taxiing out. So first, though, we'll start with the hardstand American 175. So this one is currently coming in today from Miami, and now it's going to be heading out to New York's LaGuardia. So cool to see those going strong. Americans had a little bit of a trickier time now with LaGuardia with the additional service, so I'm going to keep my eye on it moving forward, but looks like they have tried to balance it out, so hopefully they'll be able to do so. I don't think they're in jeopardy of the route, but they definitely have had some interesting developments. Next, we have this American A321 heading over to Dallas Fort Worth, 6 a.m. departure, so looking strong there. Very nice. Here we have this FedEx Boeing 767-300 freighter. A little unfortunate to lose the MD-11, but I'm really shocked that it lasted for as long as it did, and who knows if it'll be back. It'll be interesting. But anyway, great to still have the 767. It's a very capable airplane. It's heading over to Memphis for us today, so great to see this flight going strong here for FedEx. And we also have the new GeminiJets 757 after my NG one broke thanks to the Canon, unfortunately. But this Gemini one's very good too, and this aircraft is coming in from Memphis too, but heading out to Wichita now. So looking strong there for that. At some point, I would like to get the other board worked on. Just so many different videos and other projects that have to get done, like obviously college and whatnot. So apologies, that's one on the back burner, but absolutely a goal of mine to get it back to fruition. Anyway, here we have this American ERJ-175. We have a couple of routes. So this aircraft's coming in from Washington National, and now it's gonna be making the flight today. I thought I had one more, but maybe we even out. I'm trying to remember how, since we lost Austin, I've never been able to figure out if I'm missing a route, but I think there's one more and I just can't think of what it is. We talked about LaGuardia, Chicago, Miami, Washington National, Los Angeles, Phoenix, and then we have Dallas, Charlotte, and I thought we had one more, but maybe we don't. I should know better, so apologies if I'm missing the last route, but anyway, he's heading out to the last one if I'm missing one, but I don't think I am, so yeah, I guess we just have one left there, so that's exactly what he's doing right there, so looking strong. The new Jet Set models aircraft are also extremely epic, including this beautiful PC-12 with the blue stripe, as this aircraft is currently taxiing out for departure today, heading out to, let's go with Albuquerque after coming in today from Monroe, Louisiana, just really trying to get some unique destinations there. And then we have this UPS Airbus A300 freighter. As this aircraft's currently coming in today from Louisville, he's heading back out there. Hopefully get the 767 back sometime, but the A300 is still a very strong aircraft. And last but certainly not least, we have the beautiful Gulfstream G650ER. Absolutely stunning aircraft heading over to Atlantic. This aircraft came in today from Mobile, Alabama, and now it's going to be heading out to Kalispell, Montana. So I really hope all of you enjoyed today's airport update. Definitely a bunch of very cool developments going on here at the Tulsa International Airport. Definitely a super exciting time. So diving back into some more details, Southwest starting Nashville. We talked about that previously of being a real possibility, and they did. So that's awesome to see. They continue to expand that operation. I made a very in-depth analysis on that topic, so feel free to check it out if you're interested. However, very happy for them. That's destination number 10, so they'll continue to dominate the market. So I'm hopeful that it doesn't run Allegiant out of town, but I think Allegiant's pretty committed to the market here. So eager to see what next summer's schedule is going to look like for them. Back to United though, so we haven't had the February mainline since 2020, which is crazy to think that we finally got it back. But on top of that, we also have that regional jet too. So really cool to think about all this capacity that they have for really low demand months. February is by far our lowest month. So was very surprised to see it. I honestly was not expecting it back till May. So if we somehow can retain it through March and April, I'll be extremely thrilled with that. So certainly very happy regardless though that February is on the logs. Now, I would be really surprised if they pulled it off. It is a possibility they did pull off the A319 for November, which was the initial plan. But again, this was a change after the initial plan. So normally what they'll do on like Friday mornings, the last Friday of the month, they'll update whatever month they're on. So for example, late October, they're gonna update their March schedule most likely, or April, it'll be one of those. You'll see the initial change and then keep checking back because usually about a month after they make the initial change, they'll revise it one more time. So that's typically what happens. So on that second revision is when we lost the A319 from November, but we luckily got lucky on this second revision as we got the A319 for February. So these revisions are really goofy and they can happen really last minute too. I've seen United put mainline planes on what were supposed to be RJs as late as a month and a half out from when it's going to be flying. So yeah, they've definitely been really goofy over time. But anyway, that is progress from last year, regardless though, in the Houston George Bush, and I flew it recently. It's a wonderful segment, so great to see that. But yeah, hopeful for a little bit more consistency moving forward. If it continues at this rate, maybe we somehow can get it full year round with no issues, but I want to see it for next summer without a schedule change. We got just completely screwed last summer on that. So very hopeful that doesn't happen again, but they are getting more main lines, so that it does mean that they continue their commitment, which is very impressive considering that all the Southwest is here. So they are competing very well across the hall there. So very happy with their efforts, and load factors continue to be pretty productive, excluding a couple of late night segments that once again, we'll talk about in another video. That's enough of that, but more on that in a later video. I'll talk about that later. And just really fascinating to me probably, and that's about it. As of for American Delta, very consistent, love on the main line. We got our 4 main lines, which American will still do 3 main lines to Dallas in January. So very impressive, very cool to see that, really excited. Otherwise, Chicago does go back to 2, but honestly, that's a good choice for them. 3 would just be overkill. So really, I mean, if they could fill the plane, great, but I think that would be a little much. So very happy with their efforts on that. And Delta doing strong as well, like I talked about Atlanta, very consistent. And LaGuardia will continue to be an Endeavor 900 for the immediate future. I don't know if they will get that changed over or not. It's still a very new route, so haven't seen what they've done very much on that. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do long term. I'm sure they would like to make it a 175 with how long it is, but keep bringing Endeavor. It's a nice segment for them, and always cool to get a CRJ 900 in there. They're cool aircraft, and as you can tell, we don't overnight any other CRJ 900, so we definitely need one since we have a couple of 700 frames on those 550s for United. Otherwise, all the rest of this is the same. Extremely thrilled about the new route. I kind of talked about that in the last update about at some point we're going to have to get. Anyway, though, regardless, it's a very exciting time here at Tulsa International Airport, and I really hope all of you are excited for what's to come here in the near future. That being said, that'll do it for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank each and one of you for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Just process. Do you love you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.